What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Best Buds Podcast, Season 3, Episode 2, man. Back with another. We got another very special guest, Richard Johnson. What's up, Rich? Yes, sir.
Rich, welcome, man. Welcome.
We know Rich. Me personally, I don't know about Zion and Jasper if it was before that, but the good old Pinecrest basketball days, man. Grinding it out together, you know.
You see. Rich went to West Palm, didn't you, Rich?
Yeah, I went to West Pine. Great days.
Me too.
Yeah.
So it was PC. We met Rich PC for sure. PC Hoops.
I would say Cyclones maybe too. Like
Before PC?
that.
Was it?
Me and
Maybe.
so I think Zion. So first of all, man, Zion, we family. You don't gotta act like we. Like we're
right.
we met because it was Cyclones. I don't know if it was. I don't know the time period, but I do know that it was your dad coaching with Winston's dad assisting.
Yeah.
And it was it was a nightmare. We had Winston Clayton. It was a nightmare. Like listen, from a coaching perspective, there was not a lot of coaching going on. Your dad
you just screaming and cussing at people. That's it.
And at this point we're like kids. So we're like why do we have to jump to the why do I gotta help this guy out? Like he can't we don't understand that. So I think when it came to coaching, we didn't understand things until like Pinecrest, like the value of helping your teammate, covering for your teammate, stuff like that. So yeah,
y'all was just hooping.
That's the Snyder.
Whole lot of passion.
Out there running, yeah, it's like the air.
Oh my gosh,
fueled by passion for sure.
No tactics.
That's all your pops coaches with is just straight passion. Passion on 100, man. It works.
Hey, it works.
Just seen him last week too. Like,
really?
You gonna come out here and give me a hug? I was working. Yelling through the window. You gonna come out here and
Living life with passion, man. Before we get into the questions and into the pod, Rich, we'd like to get a song from all of our guests that come on here, put them into a little Spotify playlist for the people. So just a song you've been listening to, something you've been feeling, something you like. Hit us with it, man.
Okay, so there's a popular one and then there's a self-choice. So I'm gonna go with my self-choice.
Yeah.
I've been playing Melomania by Nia J. Great artist, and she's always in my playlist. She's my sister, but
yeah. That's tough.
Just saying,
I've heard her music. I don't know how much music she has, but what I've heard it was really good. So great show,
man.
Great show.
There's
get that on the Spotify playlist. That's fire.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
That'll be dope.
The only one I know like that I can think of off the top of my head is like everyone has no key in their playlist. So it's like,
Yup.
So
can't go wrong there.
It's probably Melomania. A couple other ones though, but
sweet.
Keep it in the fam, man. Keep it in the fam.
Yup. All right, Rich. Tell us just tell the people, tell us what you do, and kind of who you are, and then we'll just go from there, brother.
Or like or sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, you.
I was gonna say maybe not exactly what you do, but like because we all do a lot of things. I feel like. So
what your passion is? Yeah. What's your
your passion, like your public profile.
The question of like, do you have a job? What do you do for work?
Yeah, like I'm saying.
I do a lot of things.
A good first interview question. Can't go wrong with that one.
Yeah. No, I would just consider I'm a YouTuber. We'll keep it on the social media front. I'm a gamer, video editor, whatever the case may be. I think on my channel I have it's like 99% of all of my editing. I think there was like one video or a couple of videos where I worked with someone else. But outside of that, fully me, play any game I want, record any game I want. Mainly Destiny 2 at this point. But I guess
I into Destiny 2, man. I liked it. I guess I just didn't have a good friend group to play with.
I wonder, you know what it is though? I figured it out I guess kind of years ago before I started putting them all, all these projects together, like using the songs and edit. Like I think I figured out like maybe 4 years ago. Um, inspired by other people in the community back then. It's a game that like if you have a friend group, whatever the case may be, you can get into it. But like if you're solo, mm, you got to be dedicated
Yeah,
mentally,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then not to mention it's also like I'd say it's more of a visual game. Like I'll have people who have never played, who don't have a clue what it is, or they'll know the title, and then but I'll edit something, montage, put clips together, music, blah blah, and they'll be like, "Yo, that is like so cool. That's sick. Like, yo, keep that up." And it's like I think it's just a happy like visual type of
Yeah.
People
game.
enjoy
Destiny 1
watching
though
it.
I loved.
That was classic.
Destiny 1
Never gonna
was,
be the same.
oh
Yeah,
my
it's never
god,
gonna be the same.
had me hooked like
Yeah,
crazy. I
they
would have fought Jamal to play that game. We had to share an
yeah
Xbox
they
at the time.
when I got it too, it was ironic. So it was first, it was like I think it's so 2014 was when it first came out. But like I think it was like tryouts or something from one of them early morning practices
Yeah.
or maybe it was after a
Around
game.
Christmas time. It was around Christmas time, bro.
Yeah, and
It
he
was not
like
Oh,
that.
my
It
them
was
my
that
Christmas
Christmas
practices.
practice time.
Christmas practices. No,
bro,
I'm starting sweating. I'm
and
starting sweating.
that period of time too was like because like yeah, I think I've always been that I hang out with people based off of like what we do. So basketball, okay, cool. Winston, but outside of that, I had like two friends. I didn't have any. So all of my gaming friends who I consider now, I've met them in real life, all that was from Destiny. I remember I think it was after a game, man. He was like, oh yeah, Rich, I forgot something in the back seat. My dad, he's like, go grab something for me. I went to the back seat, dude. He put the little hard copy of the game. I used to think my dad never listened to me. Bro, my
Right.
dad hated it. Like he always just on me. Basketball, basketball, basketball. And it's like, and he put that copy down. And I'm gonna be honest, like that. I don't think I looked back from there. Met a whole bunch of people, good experiences.
That's
And
awesome.
Yeah. Such
yeah,
a
and then
wholesome game. Very
dude,
fun.
oh my
Oh,
god.
Very
Yeah.
I don't even know what Destiny is really. Like,
It's
what type
just
of game is it?
so Halo,
Oh, okay.
but
Okay.
it's
yeah.
like a branch of Halo. I would consider, the Halo people might get mad at me,
Yeah.
so I'm sorry.
If you want to think of it visually, I would say Halo. Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah,
Okay.
it's similar in the PvP with
yeah. Like
points as well.
sorry, Halo people. We're saying it's like a branch of Halo. We're not. Sorry, don't. Yeah, sorry.
They'll
Nah,
understand. They'll understand.
Halo's cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Classic game.
so one of the things that I think I've noticed when just like following you along since basketball, and the more I think about it, it relates because you were always the hardest worker in practice, in the gym for sure. And that's something like me being a younger guy. I think we were 2 years apart. I just really looked up to, and that pushed me to work harder. You know what I mean? So that's something that I can, I guess thank you for helping my high school career. But then since high school, you've grown a following, an audience. You know what I mean? In a way that I feel like I haven't seen a lot of people that I'm can call a friend do. So that to me has been really cool. How did you? The basketball part is, I think that's just who you are, and I think that translated. But
Yep.
how did you grow an audience for your YouTube channel?
Yeah, I guess it starts the same way though. Like something you're passionate about, throw some stuff out there, be unsure of it. Because there's times even in basketball, I'm unsure. Like, yo, like I'm busting 6 through 11 on roster spots behind. Like, why am I not?
Right,
Yeah,
So
right.
you're
yeah,
unsure. You start to be like, damn, like, is it me? And
Mm.
then you just continue to find ways around it. And so that's kind of how it is with social media. I've done all my own promotion. I used to reach out to people individually. When I had like I think 100 subscribers, I used to reach out to people like directly, like one by one. Now you gotta think like there's 70, 69, 70,000 people here now. I'm not reaching out to people
Right.
one by one, but it's like back then it was just like it was a necessity because it's like yo, like Nobody else is just gonna view this. I will say that's the one thing with YouTube is kind of like I thought they would be better with. They don't really. This doesn't affect any future or whatever. Uh, like I would say they need a better, smaller content creator program. There's so many people who like actually, and I mean like people who actually post full length videos. I don't mean people who throw in random memes and shorts.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I think they would. I would hope they do better with networking. There used to be a system in YouTube back, man, it's a while ago, where you actually could message on there. So you could actually send video links directly through YouTube as well.
Mm.
I don't know why they got rid of that.
Hmm.
God forbid. But maybe it was
All
a
right, so
blessing because you know
so you miss it being a little more interactive.
a lot like it would. That was I mean that's promotion. Like
Yeah.
you unfortunately have to be in people's face, but luckily it's like always like tiptoe around that because I hate being like pushing like oh like do
Yeah.
this please please. But
But I also
in
feel
the
like
community, yeah,
when you're doing YouTube and you're trying to build an audience from people that don't know who you are and don't ever really like see you, those little moments where you are checking on them, even though you don't have any clue what's actually going on in their lives, is what makes that connection with someone across the
yep,
screen. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel
yep.
like doing that with a whole bunch of people, that's how you get that consistency with your viewers. Um, has it been like that for you? Like, are those same people that you're reaching out to at the beginning, or those same people that you think some of those people maybe are still watching you, or what?
I I mean I would hope so.
Right, right,
But
right.
I think that and there's times where like there may be an old member subscriber. I probably have a good 30 to 50 people who I could check in on once every 2 months, and it's still like, oh, good to see you doing your thing. And so that's always dope. The rest of these other people, I don't know. I don't know who these like
Yeah, 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 yeah. But still,
crazy.
30 to 50
That's
people is a
Yeah,
lot. You
that's
Yeah,
know?
that's great, man. It's crazy.
I try. I definitely don't try to shut. It was hard. So even the process, even with YouTube, is like, bro, like I'm not even gonna lie. It was kind of rough because I mean we can actually get into high school stuff later, all that stuff there. But back then it was tough because an incident happened, and then like, okay, finish school, graduate, and then it's like, how do I like tell people like from
Yeah,
school
yeah, yeah.
that
yeah.
I'm doing? It took me probably 2 years to be like, freak it, I'm a nerd.
This is what I'm
It's not gonna
doing.
change anything. Do it. And then it actually ended up. Everyone was like, "Oh wow, like dude, look, Richard, like you got all these followers." Yeah, I guess so. I got lucky, but just got to be uncomfortable. I just try to push myself. It took me a couple years to kind of get used to like bringing people from that style into now. But even still, like when I look now, I look at it and past classmates are vlogging, doing reels, Twitch. So I'm like, oh, I don't
Us.
feel as bad.
Nice.
Dude,
Yeah,
you
Yeah,
you've
right.
definitely been an inspiration to us for sure. I'm
Yeah,
not I
I
mean
don't feel.
Yeah, bro.
I
for
try to be,
sure.
man. It didn't feel like that back then. Like you gotta think this is
This is before I
2016
feel
on,
like
bro.
all the live streamers were really hitting hard. And now,
Like
Yeah.
now it's like everyone wants to do it.
2017, it's junior senior year. So it's like yeah, like yeah, like dude, it's kind of like
You're getting
oh
compared to Ninja instead of Speed and Kai's and that.
yeah,
It's a little different. It's a little
yeah,
different. It's a little
yeah,
different.
yeah. I'm not, I'm nowhere near as outgoing as Speed. So
Oh,
it won't work. It
Hey,
won't.
shout out
Yeah,
to Speed, by the way, man. I
crazy,
think that's super fire what he's doing. I love it.
yeah,
crazy.
speed's pretty awesome.
I do need him to stop flipping on random tables, but outside of that, you know, yeah, it's great to see him international star. Probably the
Yeah, I
big. I
think that's
mean,
really cool. I
That's
think it's
yeah.
cool how he's just exposing the international scene to the rest of the world. That's what I think is
it's
All
really
right, yeah.
fun.
he's probably like he's in some rare air because let's try to crop out Mr. Beast. He's kind of an X factor, right, when it comes to scaling like these massive YouTubers. And then PewDiePie as well. He's been doing it so long. So
Hmm.
take those two guys out. It's Speed is internationally. I can't think of people who talk about speed or as much as speed. Maybe from just the world perspective, including Twitter, all that, I do think someone who would match up to him from maybe from the gaming perspective is obviously Corey Kenshin, who talks about, you know, but I can't think of anybody they talk about more speed. He's on
Wait,
everything.
I've heard of Corey Kenshin, but I'm not. I don't follow. Can you tell? Can you
He's
explain?
He's a massive. You know what? Actually, like, to be honest with you, it's kind of ironic for him because he's really just a dude. Like, you go watch. You know, I was a fan of him when he used to make videos, dude. Like, quality was like 240p. He played Xbox and he just did dumb stuff. I think he's always been this type of like.
I've seen him
He's
before.
been the same guy. Like, it's weird to see like someone so huge and so successful on YouTube and whatever, and still be the exact same. Like, he has the exact same message. He carries it. He's the same goofy dude. He'll put edits on his videos, even if they're cringy or dumb, because like that's who he's been and
He's
that's
being
who he
him.
is, and that's
Yeah.
kind of part of the
Mhm.
laugh. And it's like, and he gets it, and it's like, dude. I mean, he'll take break. Like, he is the man. He might be the king of, like, people make fun of him now because he's taking breaks and stuff. Man, he's got a life. People got lives and take time. But he can literally not post for a year. He can drop and pulls recurring views, by the way, while not posting. He
That's
came back
crazy.
like 5 years ago saying, like, I don't need money anymore. He's like, I'm like, I don't need money. Because that's how many people just come back to watch his videos. Very detailed what he does. And talk about hard working. He's one of those hard working people. Yeah,
Mm.
for sure.
I think authenticity goes a long way with content
Yeah.
creation for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I feel like
He's
people fall in
probably
love
one of
with the person more than the idea or what they're trying to put out. That's the reason why they support you, right?
That's the
even if
cool.
it's not
Know who you
healthy
are.
sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm
What
sorry,
do you mean by
parasocial.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Parasocial, it's not healthy to have these. Oh,
Okay,
Corey, yeah,
okay.
I agree. That's funny too. I just
That's some different.
Now
That's some
again,
different
hey, I love
power.
you. Come watch the videos, but at the same time, it's like, all right, well, we'll take a break. Like, just saying.
All right,
Yeah,
should we
for
shift
sure.
gears? Should we shift gears and talk
I want to
about?
know. I
Let's
want to
talk
know
about some
when.
other.
I want to know when the last time you hooped. When's the last time you hooped?
Like 2 months ago.
Okay.
But here's the thing, like, and I would actually hoop with Jay every Sunday.
Yeah. Oh,
Towards
those are good
Achilles.
runs.
And it was a wake up call when he tore his Achilles, because I was like, dog, Jay is the hardest working, like, at least in the gym, personally, Jay is the hardest working dude outside of Corey. Jay is the hardest working person I know.
Mm-hmm.
So rehab, like an Achilles,
Whew.
rehabbing.
Oof.
So I played a
mean,
week
full year
after
at
he
least.
tore it. Yeah. Like, I played a week after he tore it, and some dude, like, old head, took me out of the air when I'm trying to catch a pass, and I knew it. I was like, all right, bro. If Jay tears his Achilles, it's one thing. You see him, amazing recovery. If I tear my Achilles, I'm screwed. Like, that rehab is gonna take a year and a half, 2 years. It's going to be the death of me mentally. So I was like, it was a wake up call. Like, I love the game. I can appreciate the game without. You always can play, a little fun here and there, but not no 5-on-5 against old heads who have nothing to lose and 40 plus years old and always want to play physical. Ex-military. Yeah, nah. I'm good.
I'm sure you still got it though. I'm sure you still got it.
No, it's fine. It's great. Jumper's great. But I'm not. It's great. It's just not worth. It's not worth dying. I don't think it's worth getting. Like, you jump, you get a pass, you come to. I'm like, oh yeah, let me catch this here. Dude, just right on him. I'm like, all right, bro, you got it. I almost
Yeah.
walked off there. I finished the game. I was just. Yeah.
Mm.
Adult sports can get a little risky for sure.
They don't care. There's
Gotta-
no rules for them.
Yeah.
Oh, you be tough. Walk it
Yeah.
off.
And there's no
There's no
trainer. Like, it's just
accountability.
you, dog. It's
No
you
Caitlin.
gotta.
No Caitlin to wrap my ankle and ice me and elevate my leg. No. None of that.
Oh my
It was-
gosh.
Nah, man. I'm good. I'm all right.
Zion was trying to get into something, man.
I'm
Zion
smiling about that.
just gotta chill. Zion just
I
gotta
know,
chill.
like, I know what he wants to talk about.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Here's
before
the
you
deal.
joined the call, we were talking about.
I was gonna say to bring up what Jasper was talking
about.
about. Bring up what Jasper was talking about.
No one can come. No one don't want to talk about this. Like, I'm trying to get straight into it. I'm trying to get straight.
Jasper's-
He wants to be messy. He wants to be messy.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Jasper has someone relates to the basketball. He over here.
Go ahead, sir, Lord.
Hold on, my.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Hold.
You hear me?
Nah,
Yeah.
no, it's not good.
All right, it's back on.
It's back on.
All right, it's good.
We were just talking about, just lovely Pinecrest basketball moments, like top moments that we could remember, and like, sometimes stuff happens back in the day, and you like can't necessarily speak on it. But now that we're all out of it, it's we can get into it. You know what I'm saying? And it's fun.
He follows me on Facebook, so guys, let's not post this on Facebook. You know, if it goes there,
It won't go there. It won't go there. It won't go there.
He's got us on IG too.
This
so
is
we're-
this is between the players. This is between the players.
Yeah.
This is
We're already out there,
this
bro.
is player to player.
Yeah,
So there's one moment, Richard, in particular, that I
know
just remember
exactly,
thinking,
too.
like, Richard, if I were you, bro, I don't know what I would feel right now. So I think it was hip into 2, and it's you and Donnie,
Mhm.
and I'm like a sophomore practicing with varsity at this point. I think I was on varsity that year, but I was just not.
I didn't witness
Yeah,
this because
yeah.
I was on JV, man. So I didn't even witness
Yeah.
this.
I was there. I saw it.
This
I was
is-
in.
This is
Yeah, I
sophomore,
was in over my
sophomore,
head.
junior. Yeah,
Yeah,
Donnie senior.
this man Donnie, full body slams you across the gym,
Slam.
bro. And you slide, bro.
Slam.
Like, oh my
Slam.
god. And I look over at Snyder. No reaction. He's like, I think Donnie picks up the ball and scores. He's like, all right, that's it. Richard, you got to run or something. I'm just like,
Yeah, so there's 2 different instances. One, me and Donnie was talking trash the whole practice. That doesn't go unnoticed. We was going back and forth. That happens.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, if a dude slams me, I've done my job. So I was like, all right, I don't care about that. But the reason Coach Snyder let it go was because there was I think I was late because of a family incident. So it's like the part of that. So he was already petty with me from the beginning.
Right.
yeah, bro.
But outside
He would
of
do that. He would do
I think-
that.
It was just escalated. It was an escalated situation where because I was already have to deal with whatever family stuff, blah blah. In the comment, and he knows. He full disclosure, he knew all of this. Then proceeds to say I don't give an F, like essentially.
Mm.
And then that's how the whole practice, because it wasn't between me. It was me and Donnie physical. I was at that point.
Right.
In Christmas practice, you're fouling. It doesn't matter.
I mean, and hip into
And it
2.
was
Like,
Hip into
Yeah,
2
basically
is a fist
I
fight.
don't think either of us scored for I don't know how, whatever, for a little while, and it was just frustrating. That's what happens. So, I mean, yeah, that Donnie part, me and Donnie are good, and then
Right.
but the
Oh,
Coach
for
Snyder
sure.
part, I think it was it just started from the late depression. He knew why. There was a reason,
Mhm.
specific reason, and then he was petty from here on out. That was the same. I remember that was the same day where he did some BS, and I walked out the gym.
Mm.
I walked. I was like, and me, the hardest working, most locked in, all that, walked out the gym. I was like, yeah, bro, and I checked out. And so, I think at that moment, because to be honest, especially, and I think that was and junior year was actually really good. I had good minutes that year, but I think that was
I was
almost done.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
that was Snyder's coaching style. Like he pushed me to
I
the
was gonna
point
say
where
the
I wanted to
atmosphere was
quit.
Always
Like
so
he,
high.
you know what I mean? He pushed you to the point where you're like, is this really what I want to do? You know what I mean? Like, do I?
Yeah.
And it worked really. You know what I mean? There's no way, if you look at, for me personally, the 4 teams that I was on, there's no way a team like that should have ever won that many games.
So undersized.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like on paper, whatever. If you put us against the top Richmond team in that year, the top Scotland team had a couple
were
good
locked.
teams. But
By far the most locked.
we can, and you know what I mean? Like there was mornings for those morning practices, Christmas practices. I was like, yeah, I'm sick. I'm not going. You know what I mean? Like whatever it is, yeah, because that was just like the level of intensity it was at. But that was that moment in particular was definitely it was getting hot. You know.
Were you there?
And
No,
I believe
you weren't
so.
there.
knowing Jasper, I believe.
I wasn't, so I just wasn't there. I was not good enough to practice with y'all, huh?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But I mean, whatever. But
I don't
see,
even know.
look,
Yeah, whatever. I don't even care.
look. To be fair though, like I will say this though, and I don't think, and I think you guys would notice it, especially being on that second team, especially going forward, and then the following year, there was never another practice like that again. And I came in there, and every time, and then the whole senior situation, we know what happened there. Every time on the second team, I made sure that I was hunting for whoever.
You're a
I was
killer.
hunting
Yeah.
because it was like at that point, okay, well, yeah, like so I went through all this, the trials and tribulation, the Donnie stuff, which is to toughen you, making you better.
Oh, and Donnie
For me
was
to-
Donnie
for
was
me to-
incredible. Let's put that out there. Like you were pushing Donnie to his limit, and Donnie is one of the best basketball players to come through Pinecrest.
That and he so we I remember we talked like we hugged each other and was like blah blah we good like right after that practice, and so I think
That's a
Donnie it
super
was just
instinct, honestly.
yeah, and so like it was personally it's like I just think Donnie kind of changed the way I viewed it, Pinecrest basketball. So when I had that experience, that whatever the case may be, I'm in the gym because of Donnie. I'm in the mornings. I have my first period reserved. I got my fourth period shooting, my first period shooting because of Donnie. Right?
That's how Snyder designed
I
it,
was
bro.
gonna say that's exactly how
Sprinkle with a little Will Lassiter too, who helped me set up. Shout out to Will.
Yep.
Married. You know what I'm saying?
Great
Shout out to
guy.
Will. But
Yeah.
that was it for me. So I was like, all that experience, all that up and down. Okay, boom, senior year. And so when that happened, I was like, all right, cool. Well, I'm going to I'm going to make life exactly how Donnie made it for me, living hell. Because that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And so that's just, it's part of growing, it's part of battling, it's part of making, yes. So yeah, I remember Coach Z.
Coach Z.
Love that dude.
Coach Z was like, there was a drill, like, or some 5-on-5, and like, nobody's guarding the lane. So I'm going to take the layup every time until someone guards the lane. Then he was like, Richard, you think you're gonna get that off in game? I looked at him and with Coach Snyder next to him, I said, if they stop me, or if they don't stop me.
If there's nobody in the lane.
Coach Snyder didn't say a word. Coach Snyder's just like this, because you know what he's mad about? The lane being given up for the first time. What are you talking to me for? I'm doing my job. So it was like, I think that that caused a lot of. I think it was more like senior year was a rough year for us, but it was like there's moments like that where it's like, yo, bro, like basketball at the end of the day, like what are we doing?
It's part of the journey. I think it helped shape us all as people. You know what I mean? All those tough times and ups and downs.
For the better.
Like I said, like you was working your ass off on the basketball court in the gym. You're doing the same thing now. So
now in life, yeah.
Exactly.
Crazy.
I guess Zion, you wanna say something, man? We save it for the end of the pod. The people aren't listening maybe as much anymore.
Well, it's not crazy.
First 5 minutes. Don't say nothing crazy the first 5 minutes, and then we're good. You two don't watch after. That's what they say. That's what they say.
It's nothing really too crazy. Before you joined us, we were talking about how we've seen you posting about like having your heart broken and everything, and everyone's had their heart broken. But it seems like there's a sense of like a message that you would like to get off, or you want to share your experience with everyone else and with your experience with heartbreak. And so I mean, I just wanted to hear it from the man himself. Really, is what I was trying to get at.
You trying to get messy, Zion?
Not for real. Not too. We don't gotta get too.
You keep it surface level, yeah.
Well, I think there's no mess. I would just consider it all life experience. I don't know. God, I hate I guess the first time I felt like it was, I guess the feel, because you don't know what heartbreak is like, and you're in middle school, who cares?
You don't really know what it's like until you deal with it. Like for real.
So, I think my first, oh God, oh we know it. Oh God. Okay, everything's great, and we all love each other now. We're all fine. But I will say, I think my first instance of heartbreak was and no, I think no one knows too.
I think I do know.
I know.
You don't have to say any names. You don't have to say any
Guys, I
names.
can't.
Yeah.
It
You don't have
felt
to
like
say
a
names.
movie. No.
Just talk
Okay,
about this. This you could just talk about the situation.
We mess. I mean, it's not messy.
I mean, let him talk, though.
All right. Just letting them know. I'm just letting them know.
No. We'll just give a letter. We know the letter, right? Everyone knows the letter of the first. We could just say the letter of the first name. All right.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, but I can't make this up, bro. It's one thing to get played, okay, whatever, woo wah wah. It's another thing to like not know you're getting played. Everyone else knows you're played, and the word is spread to everyone else. Then it's
They
told to
hiding it
you,
from you.
bro. People were like, no, but this thing is like it broke like it was breaking trending news on Twitter. It's like a movie, bro. I can't make this up. People, and it was before the game. It was a Friday. It was a February. It was a February 13th game. Right?
Oh my
Bro, 13th
gosh.
game. It was crazy, and it was like people. I was walking the tunnel for game day. It was one of those. You know what? We've had some games. It was like Mondays where there was nobody. There was no girls. No girl game. So it was one of
Oh,
those
I thought you
games
meant there's
where
no
I'm
girls in
walking.
the crowd.
No.
I
It
was
was
like,
no.
yeah, Fridays
No,
used to
it
be
was
Friday games just be pretty straight, actually, brother. You're right. You might be right about that.
Nah, but no, that was the thing though, guys. Like it was one of those like, okay, no girl, the girls didn't play before us, so it's like we walk in at early time to warm up. I'm walking in, bro. It's like maybe an hour and a half before. I'm walking in. There's like 20, 30 people, just waiting, shooting around, messing around, whatever, waiting for stuff to get going on and stuff like that. And they're like, I remember, Carly Modlin, I think, was like one of the first people. I remember this because she walked up to me. She was like, "Are you okay?" That's it. Like I took my headphones off. Like what? She's like, "Are you okay?" Everything like, I'm like, "Yeah." Like what? Like what are you talking about? And then I'm like, "What's going on?" All this and all that. I don't have. I'm on D&D. It's basketball mode. I like everyone's like, I didn't fully understand it. I go to the locker room, check my phone. It's like hella missed calls, messages saying I'm really sorry, all this and all that, blah blah blah. And then like other people texting me and going on, whatever the case may be. Like this shit was like this is Twitter. That's why I'm like, this is
Real
I'm
life.
like, what's like I don't like, and I'll say in this situation, since we're not gonna name it, but like in the situation it was like all I saw was like some text like, "Hey, do you know where blank is? She ran away from home, or blah 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 blah, or something." I ran like, and I was like, "Why? Like, what happened?" Scroll up a little bit. Oh, and then and then it was one of your fellow JV members, Zion. But the point being, it was like it was just such
okay,
a
wait, whoa.
Nah,
such
you
a weird 1 year under me.
yeah, we're following.
I'm not gonna we're gonna try to blanket.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, someone text this man.
Wait, like, can we? I'm a little confused. Can we just put this in like straight up layman terms? Like,
Okay, I got played, cheated on, found everyone else figured out before me because it was spread like a wildfire. But the person,
damn.
yes, but
Keep up,
everyone
Justin,
knows
keep
the
up,
main
man.
person, but the person is like,
My fault. I'm not locked.
no, I text you. Okay, I sent it on Instagram. But the person, the name that now we're gonna say that was like you're young.
Oh, I remember now.
Oh, so it was crazy because I don't know what do you do, and guess what? You don't. The answer is you don't because I got a game in the hour.
I was about to say
So-
before the game.
Everything was just like yo. So I remember like I'm not gonna lie, guys. That game I had 15 points. I was. But here's the thing though. I was missing out on defensive assignment. I was like
The mental
literally
part.
Coach Snyder pulled me at one point like, hey, like you're better than that. I'm like, Yeah,
I
yeah,
know.
right. I am. I was, bro. I was, and I was like, it was like, I think it was the 13th because I think it was the 13th or 14th. I don't know if it was the exact day. I just remember I had to
Oh,
give that girl her gifts. Literally broken. I dropped the gifts off and walked away. It was public. Everybody knew. Everybody saw. I gave that girl her gifts publicly because I'm like, I'm not gonna just I'm gonna throw it away. It's a
Right.
waste of money. So take your crap. That's how I felt. Take your crap. I was like, boom, and that was like the first time ever. And then like, but ultimately it was like we were kids. Like, we talked. We
Right,
talked.
right,
We
right.
laughed about it. So that was like, I think that was my first real life example of it. But I'm public with it. I don't care. Me and him are not cool
I
for
don't.
multiple
Yeah,
reasons. So man, we don't talk no more. But me and blank or me and her are fine.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Just saw her last year, laughing with her and her sister. Dope, great
Cool,
people as
Cool
always.
people, cool people.
cool.
Definitely
Yeah,
solid
so
people.
that's
Very
probably my
cool.
first ever instance, and I would say like the first time I can really put it into like an actual story. Like everything else is like, all right, you're just getting played, blah blah blah. I have some other. I mean, I gotta. God, I don't want to embarrass myself, but like, jeez, I flew to St. Louis one time. It was bad. Listen, I when you get money, man, you just be thinking, you be thinking you Drake, man. I'm not gonna lie. I was
so,
right.
so is that what you talked about on your channel? Is that instance?
I I'm so like vague with it. Or
Right, right, right.
I'll use like if there's music that reflects to me or whatever the case may be, that's how I put it into project format and I use it in that way to channel to tell a story. Because let's be honest, Drake is the most relatable rapper of all time. So a lot of what he says with women resonates a lot. Again, I don't know what his problem is. He's got $1 billion. What's wrong with him? But for regular people like us, it's like, dang, you're right.
It be hitting.
She
Yeah.
did do me like that. Like, dang, like, oh my god. And so it's like, and for better or for worse, I guess. But like, I mean, it was there. It was crazy. I guess the most notable experience that everyone always asks me about is it was about like a year and a half, 2 years ago. We call her St. Louis girl. We don't name her. It that was like me and my the main relationship, we didn't work out. So boom, take time to myself, break up. About 8 to 10 months later, it was like, boom. All right, meet this girl. She was here, whatever the case may be, blah blah. But I meet this girl, cool, whatever the case may be. Laughed about having the same birthday, all this and all that.
Shout out to us, man.
Mm.
Right.
Coming
Yeah.
up too.
Yeah.
Coming up
You
too.
should see. You should have warned me though. Why didn't you warn me?
What you mean?
You should have known. This redhead too. Yeah.
Crazy.
I should. I'm sorry. Don't trust Mary Janes. Can't trust Mary Janes.
Hey,
Even in the
man.
movie, she literally like dumps bro and leaves bro. Yeah, like I mean, but like it. No, it was guys. Like when I tell you that, I don't think I've been more upset about something. Um, like the on and off communication, her linking up with people. Again, it's long distance, so it's hard to
Right.
But it was just like it was very like I wouldn't even say toxic, like because toxic to me feels like it's like when you say toxic relationship, I feel like it can be interpreted as like both being toxic. I feel like
Yeah.
when one person's doing it, it's just one person treating you bad. I think that was the whole misconception, and it's like she treating me bad, whatever, blah blah blah. But like then Drake dropped for all the dogs, and I think at that time Virginia Beach was a hit, and I was
Yup.
like, man, you know what? I'm just gonna throw an edit to this because like why not? And I didn't really picture it. I didn't like picture it doing anything, whatever. But when I first listened to the song, I cried because it was
Right.
like exactly about. I was like, yo, bro. I called Jay. Said Jay, man, like I said is like dead, like a dead ass feels like it's about like he just watched me and her fall out, literally like word for word. It was just crazy, and it was like So he was like, me and Jay talked about it. Jay gives me inspirations all the time. But like,
That's dope.
there was somebody who messaged me. God, I gotta find the message. But there was like, oh, so you're doing like the montage stuff and blah blah blah, putting things together and putting it in like a project format. So it's like multiple videos that people can scroll through and play, like kind of like a playlist.
Yeah.
And they were like, why don't you just name it after St. Louis girl? And I literally named the video St. Louis intro, and I never looked back. I had her friends mad at me and whatever the case may be, and all these people like, yo, like who are you? What? Blah, blah, blah. It was the craziest thing, but it was like I think that's the most known issue. But I always try to say like I think heartbreak or whatever the case may be, I think that's kind of a part of a process. And the
Definitely.
Comeback Kid, the latest project was about, hey, it's okay to go through the process. Eventually, you're gonna get it right. But if you stop trying to put yourself through it, then you're never gonna get it right. So
Yeah.
it's like
Right.
Dude, I love that. Yeah.
That's
kind
fine,
of what
man.
it's about.
And then you've got 3 playlists on your channel now.
Yep, that's the third. That's the Comeback Kid. Like I try to have I'd say the Comeback Kid was my most creative because I was trying to. There's a theme of like, okay, from this point of time to this point of time, kind of like a repetitive loop in a way, in a cycle. Some of the videos have themes of the, the Comeback Kid. You're feeling great. You're feeling like you're at the top of the world. Everything's going right. To then, giving out more effort. Hey, you meet somebody,
Right.
I'm gonna give more effort. I'm showering them with effort, energy, giving them whatever the case may be. To then less received. To then eventual heartbreak. The eventual, whether it's disassociation or like whether it's like you got to recover, and it just follows that same type of timeline. And it was like, it was cool to throw a little, I like to throw Easter eggs in my thing. So like people, it's a
They
little,
find some.
it's fun. It's fun. I think it's because mainly I do all my digital media, all my artwork. So it's like, yeah, cool.
That's sweet,
Fun,
bro.
man.
That's sweet. I think that's a perfect way to wrap it up, bro. We appreciate you coming on, man. We appreciate you
Yeah, dude, thanks.
being real, keeping it real.
Ryan, do you have heartbreak? No. We're not skipping this. You want to press me about heartbreak? Is there a heartbreak incident that you have? You wanted to get something off your chest? It's okay now. We're here. We're being messy now. I didn't name names.
I've only been in 2 serious relationships. Right now, I'm not dating. I done said it already. On episode 1,
single.
say it again. Episode 2. No, I'm not. It's not even that. I'm not. Not only am I single, I am not pursuing.
You gotta. The only thing you married to is the fight game. There you go.
The only thing I'm married to is me, the fight, and Ja himself. Shouts out to Ja. But nah, I only married 2. I wouldn't say my first relationship was just like little high school joint. You break up, go to college. Just,
Don't lie either. They know. They're your best friends. They know if you'll lie. Don't lie.
and they will call me out. I think.
Yeah, we'll keep it
I mean,
real.
We will.
Yep.
Neither of them were for real though. I mean, they were for real relationships, but it was like nothing really too greasy happened. You know what I'm saying?
That we know of.
Right. No.
Yeah.
He gave you a look. Jasper gave you a look that I'm dying right now. He's
I mean,
Nah.
the thing is,
You
I
did-
could come at it at an angle where it sounds like it was really, really bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you get delusional with it,
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of things that aren't answered.
You gotta
but
take it as it is.
That's the.
you got
that's
to
the
just
thing.
take it as it is.
Mhm.
So
Sometimes someone told me lack of closure is still closure.
yeah, and that's perfect. That's exactly what I needed to hear right there.
That's
I
yeah.
had to, when I heard that line, I was like, "What are you, man? Shut up, man! I need to know that." But over time, you're like, that person not willing to reach out or speak, or what? Yeah, no.
It shows the truth behind what it all was.
Tell me how you really feel. Tell me
Mhm.
without
Yeah,
telling me.
So that's really it from me. That's it.
Oh God.
Now the people that watched the first episode before this one will have a little bit more insight onto
I was about to get a little sloppier, man. Let's
He
just
was
end there.
getting.
Let's just,
He's
I
getting.
was
he's-
licking
yeah.
my lips. I was about to feed. I was about to clock the tea, chat.
I mean, I don't think it's bad. I think like as long as you're not disrespecting, but like if you speaking on like there could be
What
a
actually
situation like it's like, I guess this is even modern day. I'd say like communication. I don't understand. Social media to me is a gimmick. So if I try to get you off of social media because I don't want to see the gimmick or the fake or your profile or your follower count or whatever the case may be, you know how many people? Oh my God, how many? Someone hit me up, and again, this is why I'm saying I mind my business. I haven't gotten consistency from whatever, but someone hit me up. Oh, you got a lot of followers though. What? You don't know me. How?
Right.
Like, where are they from? Well, I don't know. You tell me. No, I'm not. Because the point being is like I don't use social media as like a measuring stick. Like, okay, someone looks good. You know how many people look good? Like,
Right.
okay, yeah, they're trying. Yeah, that might catch your eye. Okay, okay, go do something about it. Like, whatever the case may be. And it's just too many times where I've like, I'll I'll expect even like 50% of what I give just to try to like, hey, let's get off social or try to like text somebody or know somebody. And it's just like I think it's just it feels very attention span is very short and it's like and then relationships feel transactional for some reason.
Yep.
Mm,
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like
agreed.
You're just trying to keep it as
People
real as
date to have
possible,
fun,
is
man.
what it
That's
sounds.
the people date to have fun.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
not
what I've noticed, and that's why I was like, you know what,
it's
this shit
bored.
is not fun.
I'm
It's not fun.
it's not even but that's the thing too. I'm not even a strickler on like hard set rule. Like to me it's like I'm a like, okay, yeah, go with the flow. Don't need to rush. Don't need to make things bigger deals than what they are to add weight to a relationship that doesn't even exist yet when you're building a foundation. So like you don't need to introduce me, oh yeah, this is my boyfriend, blah blah blah, all this. You don't need to okay. We can like hell yeah, this guy I'm talking to. Nobody says that anymore. Like, oh, this is the person I'm talking to. I've noticed that. It's either friend or whatever. It's like, oh, this is the guy I'm talking to, this girl I'm talking
Right.
to. So it's
They
like,
yeah.
oh, that's like, what is like? There's nothing wrong. Like, there's
That
no.
is
It's
true.
weird.
When did that stop?
I,
When did we stop talking to people?
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
because now they,
It
because
just
now they
is
look at
like
it like talking phase isn't a something like, oh, you in a talking phase, like, girl, you need to do better for yourself. I'm like,
Motherfuckers just be dating.
how you don't know
It's like,
somebody?
yeah.
You won't
that's
talk.
what
Like,
I'm saying.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. It's like, all right. Let's say I never talk to you and then I just send you $1,000 every day. Oh yeah, that's my boyfriend. We in love. Yeah, treat you like it's like. I think Drake had a great line. He was like, "What would he say?" He said, "I always think we besties because we taking care of them." Like, nah, it's just not as real.
Uh,
Like it's no, like you don't know. Like, and that's the thing. It's like it seems like everything's transactional. So it's like, all right, well, send me money. Yeah, you got my attention. I remember one time my cousin was talking to somebody. He was like, he was getting to know her, or whatever the case may be, and she didn't text. She said she wanted his number, gave the number, didn't text for like however long, then texted back like, some BS response. He was like, nah, like it's okay, like no worry. He was willing to forget. He better than me. I would have already not responded, but you know, then she's like, further on carrying conversation, and it gets to a point where she's like, well, like yeah, my time is money, so like if you're not trying to take me out to no fancy dinner or no blah blah blah, then it's like, then what are we doing?
mm.
It's like, bro, you can't even get to know anybody anymore. I'm just, I'm baffled. I'm so
Yeah,
baffled.
man.
That's why we gotta,
Hey,
just keep searching for that real feeling, man. That's why you'll know.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
get
agree.
off social media too. That's the thing. Like I always say, like people think. I mean, my perception is screw. I'm never gonna be able to talk to a woman like normal again because they're gonna. There's social media is a measuring stick, so they're gonna think I'm some grimy. I'm light skinned, so I automatically fall under the umbrella of like who am I? I'm trying to think of a person like who a D-Tay. I'm gonna name that name. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna name that name. Like what? They think I'm some
Oh
super
Oh,
like
fuck.
gosh.
Yeah.
hey bro.
Yeah. Oh man.
But I'm
You
just
have to
saying,
take
That is the
man.
perfect place to name that, man. It's the perfect place to name
We cool, man. But he
God.
know. Like bro. you are crazy. So like that's all I'm saying. Like it's just you crazy, bro. Like he knew. And so it's like,
That's
but that's
the
who they.
Ross clots in on, man. We know about that one. We know about that one
But
there, D10. We know brother.
But I just I don't know, man. It's like that's who I fault. It's like this weird measuring stick that they have. Like if I had 20 followers, I guarantee you I would be like getting like people trying to actually think like take me serious, I guess. But it's just weird that maybe it's non-successful people though. I don't like I'm not trying to like diss anybody, but like maybe it's people who I don't know, it has to be something, but they just look at me like I'm not some Goliath, I'm just a guy.
Right.
Just you, yeah.
Like I'm just, you know, whatever. Instagram 12,000 on Instagram is nothing to whoever
Nothing compared
little
to the 8
Timmy looks to
billion.
me.
Yeah.
Little Timmy with 200 million with all he does is I don't know. Like that's all I'm saying. It's just like it sucks that social media is a measuring stick. And I love women, love my women, but yeah, we're gonna stop talking before we get into topics that we don't. Yeah, let's.
Oh
Let's
man.
call it there, man.
Yeah.
I think we covered enough.
Yeah.
That was awesome, bro. That was awesome. You got anything coming up anytime soon you wanna let the people know about? Or we're gonna tag all the gram, the YouTube, all that.
Oh man, it feels weird to be promoted. I'm never. Yeah, um. I'm kind of on the spot here. Yeah, shoot. I always work on things like intermittently.
Yeah.
Kind of like on my own period. So like once I
Brainstorming.
have like a full, and there's some things that I think I have completed, but won't make sense if I release things now. So I try to wait till I put more pieces of the puzzle together to,
Just gotta stay tuned, man. Just gotta stay tuned.
Timing.
yeah,
Timing is very important.
waiting for some Insomniac games to drop. Some Spider-Man 3 is gonna be like 2 years from now though. That game, but Wolverine, I'm expecting to play that on the channel. Wolverine is all like that, from what I've heard.
Okay.
But,
I didn't know
outside
they
of
were
that,
going there.
That sounds
yeah,
kind of fire.
that's what I'm saying. I do like because I'll do a story walkthrough. Like I'll do a walkthrough for the channel. I'll take time
Right.
to shoot.
I love those.
Yeah, like I'll take time, especially with a series that the Star Wars, the Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor stuff. I'm nerded out. Like I don't text anybody. I think I might have been in the talking phase. It might have ended on that. And I was like, yo, I need to focus. I need to record for a week. Like you don't want to see me? Like not this week. I'm sorry. And it was just like, so that was like, I think that's my whole thing. But other than massive games coming out, I think for the most part, just I've been working, promoting my stuff, and staying true to who I am.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, bro.
Yes, sir. Hey, once again, bro, we appreciate you coming on, spending your time.
Thank you.
It was awesome to catch up and get to know a little bit more about what you're doing and how your life has been since we stopped running the, down and backs in 9 seconds and all that good stuff.
Stop running. You could say stop running the conference. You know what I'm saying? You could say it.
You're right, bro. You're right.
Let 'em know.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, that 1 year Scott.
Yeah, exactly. Now, we appreciate everybody for watching. We got more coming as always, so we'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Thanks for having me.